things which I can add, personal experiences, personal mistakes made are, firstly, focus on the fundamentals. I think one of the mistakes that many early stage companies made, which we made as well in the early days of our growth, was that you get distracted, and really focus is everything. Because if you focus on, I think Moksha used the word PMF, but if you focus on getting the first 1,000 customers, your first 100 or first 1,000 customers, and really solving a major pain area for them, then the rest of your growth trajectory gets taken care of. I think the other thing is a very, I would in fact say that the wise words have come from the other panelists today, but sales solves all. So sales is a cure literally to everything. If you can get your sales to be right, then I think the fundraising bit gets taken care of by itself. One example which really stuck with me was the fact that Dunzo, for the first almost 1 year of its existence, was a WhatsApp group. Right? So really getting your MVP right without investing in crazy technology building before you understand your product market fit, that's a mistake which many companies make. Really learning whether the customers want your product before you start investing in building the product or building more and more products, I think is a lesson, again, driven by a lot of personal mistakes, but which I would pass on to all the people who are attending here today. Figure out what customers want, make sure that you're supplying that to them, and then invest heavily in technology and engineering, because that's a cost which you sometimes may not be able to recover if you invest too much before you get your product market fit. And finally, I think Shashank mentioned it, I would definitely like to echo that thought, is, don't have a plan B. I think if you really want to get into building a successful business, a plan B is the worst thing that you can have, because that will just kill your drive to make your plan A work. So just in many ways echoing what my other panelists have said, but reiterating it as well, because it's very critical.
So if I have to revert a question to you from the AMA section now, we'll move to the AMA section. So Hrishi, there's a question from one of the participants. How do we know when we have achieved PMF? Okay, because there is a lot of skepticism around what PMF actually is. How do you quantify something as something as PMF? Whether you have actually achieved a PMF or not? Yeah.
So personally, I really, I reread the book Polestar Problem by Andrew Chen. So there are really two ways to understand whether you've got your network effects working. One is if it's an atomic network, for example, Zoom, the product we are on right now, it needs two people, right? Literally only two people to have a great experience for the product market, for the product to actually work. Okay. But if you take an example like Airbnb, which is a marketplace, you need hundreds of people listing their properties and hundreds of potential holiday goers who need to use that property. So really understanding, what is the smallest size of people who will be able to demonstrate for you that you're able to deliver a product. You will be able to deliver a product at scale. That could be as low as 2, it could be as high as 2,000. So understanding whether if that number is say 2 or 20, and figuring this out is not hard. So every startup can figure this out. But if you can figure out that, I need to get my first 10 customers and they need to be really super happy with the product. If your first 10 customers are super happy with the product and you're able to make money on your first 10 customers, chances are very high that you'll be able to make money on your first 10,000 or 1 million customers. I think really that's where it is at.